This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Today's question comes from Aaron in Delaware. I read recently that 88% of shares in the stock market are owned by three major companies, BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. Should this be concerning or affect how we invest? Well, I have to plead ignorance on the first part of that question. I don't know where you read that. I've not seen that. I don't know if it's true. I'll cede my time to the gentleman to my left, but it should not.
The gentleman from Tennessee.
That's right. It should not be concerning.
It's not.
Because it doesn't concern me.
Because they're not companies.
That's right.
They're mutual fund companies. They manage mutual funds. They don't own the shares. I do, and Ken does, and any of you that have a 401k does. Okay, State Street and Vanguard and BlackRock are three of the largest mutual fund families. Each mutual fund has 90 to 200 stocks in it and millions of customers. So I own shares of Vanguard because I buy Vanguard mutual funds sometimes. I own shares of State Street because I buy fund families that are State Street run and operated. So these are not BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street do not have the ability to tell any of these companies what to do because they own shares in them, because they don't really own the shares. Their customers own the shares. A mutual fund is where you put money in, I put money in, somebody else puts money in, and 40,000 other people put money in their 401ks. It's mutually funded. Then that money is used to buy good, for instance, growth stocks if it's a growth stock mutual fund. Vanguard manages funds like that. State Street manages funds like that. But they're not the owner of the stocks. So wherever you read this was some kind of conspiracy theory bullcrap. Okay?
Three companies own 85% of America, and it's the Trilateral Commission.
Oh, crap. Stay off of that stuff. Get off the internet if that's all the only garbage you can read, okay? So I don't know if the 88% number is correct. I doubt it's that high, but it's very high. Blackstreet, State Street, and Vanguard, that's, if you put Fidelity in there, you're getting pretty close to most of the, most shares on the stock market are not owned by individual investors. They are owned by mutual funds that individual investors invest in. And so when I buy shares of a Vanguard fund, I am buying into 80 to 200 companies that they bought into. But they're not controlling these companies. I am. I'm the owner as a member of as an owner of the mutual fund. So it's not like if an individual person owned each of these companies and they all owned the stock, yeah, that would be concerning that three people controlled 60 or 70% of the stock market. That would be very concerning, but it's not true, which is helpful. The fact that that's not a fact. So even if these mutual fund companies do control north of 50%, which they may very well, if you put in Fidelity, you probably would get there. I mean, the only one that's ever been troublesome is BlackRock, and they got all up in the woke stuff and started pushing some of the companies to do some of the woke stuff, which has now backfired on them. And so they were trying to say, we own so many shares of this, you should do so-and-so. A few of the companies caved to that, and then some of the other companies, some of the other mutual funds have come around and gone the other way now, so there's a bit of an offset in that junk, but it really didn't have much to do with money. It had more to do with cultural philosophy than it did actually affecting your share price or the value of your retirement accounts. So answer is, should this be concerning or affect how we invest? Answer is no, for all of those reasons. Make sense?
It makes sense to me. Thank you for bailing me out. It's nice. Nice to have you to my left.
No troubles. That's what I'm here for. Been doing it a while.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.